And so the word says here for today, it says here in Isaiah 7 and 9, I'll read you a few versions of it, just so that you really can get a deep understanding to help build your faith here, right? So in King James Version, it says, if you will not believe, surely you shall not be established. The NIV says, if you do not stand firm in your faith, you will not stand at all. Okay? Then the New Living Translation says, unless your faith is firm, I cannot make you stand firm. Now listen to this. The ESV says, if you are not firm in faith, you will not be firm at all. And then we have NASB states that if you will not believe, you certainly shall not last. And finally, I have the Amplified Version, which says, if you do not believe and trust in God, his message, be assured that you will not be established. Okay? And so here, he was just speaking, saying that if you don't believe, you will not stand, you will not be established to see the end of the promise that was given you. I'll just give you like a little backdrop of where this verse came from. There was a king, his name was Ahaz, Ahaz. He was the king of Judah at the time, and he was facing defeat and certain death by other nations, by a couple of other nations. Isaiah was sent to him by God to give him a message to reassure him and to give him a prophetic sign in the middle of the threat. They were going to kill him, that his enemies would not succeed, that they wouldn't win, and that he would not be destroyed. We have here that when he was told by Isaiah, it said that he did not trust God, and he was still in doubt. And so he was told that if you do not believe, you will not be established, right? And one of the things was he did not believe the promise, and therefore he allied with the Assyrians. So we do the same thing. If there are some times where we start off maybe believing, and then things begin to happen. Isaiah told him, because God was telling him to ask me for a sign so that he'll know, and he told God that he didn't want to bother him, basically. Then Isaiah assured him that if he did not believe, and if he did not put his confidence in God and his promises, he should not be protected. I want you to understand that when we are given a promise in God's word, this is God's word in that matter. If we don't believe, we won't see the promise. So a lot of times you may be having things that's going on. You don't know why. You maybe try to do it on your own, do it your way, because it didn't seem like it was working out, waiting on God. We must believe God's promises. We must put our confidence in him and not in our allies. And we'll be like, okay, God, you take too long. I'm going to go do it this way. Try it this way, because maybe if he told you that he's going to do something, don't you go out trying to do it. I've been there. I done tried to help him. He ain't tell me to do it. He'll been told me he gonna do something, and that ain't what he said. That ain't the way he was gonna bring it to me. And then now, either I didn't miss what he had said he was gonna do, or I done prolonged it because I'm out of order. And another example, Abraham and Sarah. God said they was gonna have a baby. What they do? Sarah done went and told this lady, go on in there, Abraham, go on in there and sleep with her real quick and get her pregnant. That's gonna be our son. God didn't say you was gonna have a baby by another lady, and that baby was gonna be made your baby. So we were trying to help God out. No, he doesn't need our help, right? We have confidence in his promises and that he's gonna do it. Listen. There is a whole nother different mindset, staying focused on the outcome. And when we trust and have confidence in his promises, y'all, our mind, we have peace, we have calmness, we're happy, we're peaceful, because we've given it over to him. we've just made up our mind that, you know what, we're going to let this be resolved and let God do what it is that he can do, unless he tell us to do something. Okay. Also, the opposite of that is when you rely on your ally, when you rely on your own intellect and your own self, your own understanding, then that's when you're gonna have trouble, you alarmed, you unsuccessful, and we bring ruin to ourselves doing stuff because we trying to help the process when we're not supposed to be helping the process. Okay, our job, our labor is to believe. That's what we're supposed to do. If it's something that he's telling us to believe, like he told him, look, you're not going to be defeated. He didn't say, so you won't be defeated if you do this. He said, you won't be defeated. So then his only thing was to believe that he won't be defeated, that he will be delivered. And the rest was up to God to do, right? Now he had trouble. He was alarmed. He was unsuccessful. And he brought ruin to himself and to the people that was under him. And it is one of the instances constantly that kind of occur in the Old and the New Testament, showing that by faith or confidence that we should have confidence in God only when we believe and trust in God's promises. But if we do not believe in his promises, and we do not, and we distrust God, and then when we seek others to provide help or support or relief, and especially in difficult and stressed times when we're supposed to be trusting in God, these fleshly things, and our flesh really inclines us to do these things instead of the deliverance that we're looking for. We don't get it. It won't be established. I made another video about resolving whether you're gonna trust God. Resolve that you will trust God. And over in 2 Chronicles 28 and 20, it actually says when he went to the king of Assyria, he attacked him instead of helping him. Trusting God, trusting how God gonna work it out, instead of us trying to find a way to help God work it out. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord Jehovah is our everlasting strength. I want to thank you for being here with me on the Titus 2 Woman channel. And I ask that if you feel this message will encourage someone else, I ask that you will share. I also ask that you will like and that you will leave a comment and let me know if it was an encouragement to you